4 stages on how you will get paid as an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody thinks it's so cool and sexy to be an entrepreneur, because if you look at on social media today, people most of the time show you how amazing their lifestyle is because they build a successful business, okay? Now I want you to kind of calm yourself down at this moment, because I am going to tell you the truth of how you will get paid as an entrepreneur in the next few years, or even in the next 1 decade. I have been an entrepreneur for over 28 years, so I know exactly the different stages of how you will be compensated as an entrepreneur if you decide to be an entrepreneur, okay? So the first stage of how you will get paid as an entrepreneur is what I call you are going to be severely underpaid, all right? Expect the first 2 years, or maybe even a little bit more, even if you do everything right, okay? You're gonna be severely underpaid. You're gonna put in a lot of hours. You're gonna build up your sales teams. You try to do a lot of marketing to attract clients. You try to build a website. All those things cost time and money. So if you put all the money you put in, and the time you put in, and the amount of money you take back, which is most likely going to be very little, guess what? You're severely underpaid. Most people are like, oh my God, I've been doing this for 2 years. If I subtract all my costs, all my investment, I'm only made $40,000 a year, or maybe even less. But you're working 12 to 15 hours a day. That's called severely underpaid. Guess what happened? Most people give up on the first stage because they are not realistic. They say, oh my God, that's not what I thought before. I thought that the first 2 years I should be making $200,000 already. But the reality of it, for most people, is going to be severely underpaid for the first 2 to even 3 years. Now, hopefully, mentally, you anticipated that, so it wasn't a surprise for you. Even you're severely underpaid on the first level, and you keep working consistently, you keep working on yourself, master the skill set of selling, telling story, persuasion, then eventually you're gonna get to the second stage of how you're gonna get paid. You know what's the second stage called? Just getting by. Just getting by. You're working a lot. Eventually you're gonna get to a level where, let's just say you're making $80,000 or $100,000, right? But you work a lot of hours. But now, you're just getting by. You're getting by, all right? You start to learn how to sell yourself. You start to understand how to handle objections, how to do a presentation, how to close the deal. You do a lot of volume of appointments, a lot of phone calls, a lot of follow-ups, a lot of people are going to say no to you at the beginning because you have not built up your credibility yet. But you keep going, you keep going. You don't give up. You stay professional. You're not desperate because you understand you chose to be an entrepreneur and you believe in what you do, whatever industry you might be in. And hopefully you find that one industry that you truly believe in so much that you are willing to continue to invest your time with. Now then eventually the third stage is going to come. It's what I call little overpay. Little overpay means what? You're making a few $100,000, right? $200,000, $300,000. You eventually learn how to get referrals, build up a book of business because you've been there for 4 to 5 years. You build up your reputation. People trust you because whatever you say is what you do, right? You help enough people so words get spread out because, oh, you know what? Larry has been doing this business for the last 4.5 years. If you need any of this product, go to him because he's the guy. People start to talk behind your back in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. That's when you're going to start to get what I call a little overpay. Little overpay is when you're making a few $100,000 a year. There's a lot of salespeople, a lot of entrepreneurs making $200,000, $300,000 a year. Everybody's selling something, right? I don't care if it's mortgage, real estate, insurance, car sales, selling online stuff. It all takes time. If anybody ever come up to you and say, you know what, whatever this business is, it's easy to make a lot of money, run away. Anything is legal, legitimate, takes time. So now you're in a little overpay, right? You're making a few $100,000 and you walk a little bit taller, you feel confidence, Because now you understand this is what you'll be doing for the next 10, 15 years. So no wishy-washy, no longer looking around. And you start to develop leaders. You start to put up a team of people around you. On the front end, also meaning you transfer your knowledge, your skill set on selling, on how to run the sales funnel, how to close deals, how to handle objections. You hire the right people around you. You put up a good incentive program where also they get compensated excitingly if they do certain things, right? If they hit a certain sales target, now you have a team of people with you going out there and duplicating what you do. The key word is duplicating what you do. Now you can spend more time on working on your business rather than just by yourself, because you're developing other sales leaders. Eventually you make enough money. Guess what? You also hire back-end people. You're no longer doing admin by yourself. You have other people to work with you to accomplish a bigger vision. That's the time you're gonna get to the last stage, is what I call severely overpay. The only way you can get to a level where you can say that you're severely overpay is when you sleep, you make a lot of money. How do you do that? How do you do that? Have a lot of hours of people working with you. The only way you're gonna have a lot of hours is to help other people to get what they want. Help them to achieve their goals. Teach them your skill set. Teach them your knowledge. Teach them your wisdom. Give them the roadmap. How, if you made $300,000, teach them how to get to $200,000, right? And then eventually you teach enough people making a few $100,000. Now you get to a level where you're making 7 figures and more. So remember this. If you want to be an entrepreneur, I want you to think twice. If after this message today, you're still not running away yet, you're still not afraid of what I just shared with you, and you accepted those are the 4 levels of income for entrepreneurs, then you're ready to become an entrepreneur. Guys, truth don't lie. Everything I just shared with you is exactly what's going to happen. Post a comment below and let me know your thoughts of today's message. And are you ready to dedicate your life and lots of your time and making sacrifices to really, really get to at least the 3rd level, the 3rd stage, and hopefully one day you get to the last stage, which is 4th stage, severely overpay. Let me know your thoughts. JW here, and see you next time. Take care. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.